schedule. This game is basically a one versus all, when one will be controlling the board game, the crime scene, and every suspect and everything else, while the other will be playing a detective trying to solve that case. As a solo game, I'll be having this little book here, which will have all the information and answer that every suspect will tell me. So this is the map of the game. The map is divided into five neighborhood, region, section, whatever you want to call it. And during that time, I will have a counter that tell me how much turn I have to solve the crime scene. For this scenario and all of them go on, I'll start at day 12 on, so I have 12 days to solve the crime scene. I'll also have this little token, final guess, which is on the final guess space. This token will be moving upward every time I uh, gather 3 stress token. This is the stress token that when the story tell me to flip up, it will be on that size. When all 3 are flip up, final guess will move up 1 turn. So I have 1 less turn to solve. When my day tracker come on this final guess, or when I'm ready, I have to solve the guess. To solve the guess, I have to find the suspect, the weapon, and the motive. For that, on the map, there will be people, standee, that will be everywhere, that will be represented by a card on top of the map. So I have to gather information on who did what and what about every weapon. And this uh, this is done by me having 4 action. Action move. By moving, I take my standee over here. I'll be starting the game at a police station. The police station are the blue number dotted around the map. They have at least one per section, if not two. So for one move action, I can move anywhere within that neighborhood. So if I start at 95, I want to go to 77. One move action, top, everything is done. If I want to go to 43, I have to stop at the location that is between those two. So 82, 91, 96, and 98. So for one move, I go to 82, then another move, I go to 41, and go on and so on. Then next action will be question. Ask a suspect at your location one question. When I'm on a location with a suspect, I'll be having this little uh, card which has information. So I have my 4 suspect. I can ask that suspect one question about the card on top that go all the way up to K, and it will give me a number. So I go on this number on my sleuth book information, and I have it will tell me what he knows about that specific weapon. When this happens, I can also after it tell me, I can push it. Tell me, say that, dude, I don't trust you. You need to give me more information. I know that you know about something. I can push it. When I push, it will give me uh, another page, another paragraph to read, another phrase, and I will read it. And after that, I either gain 1 stress, or I gain a leverage on the that said character. So for the leverage, it's a little hat that I will be putting on the card associated by that character. And later on during the game, I can spend that leverage to automatically go on the second answer. So if I have a leverage on, let's say, card number A, and I want to ask a question, I spend it, I read the phrase on the my card, then after that, automatically go to the second information that it will tell me, and I either regain this leverage or a stress, or I gain something else. Next action will be search location. Every location is marked again by a number on the page. I can search that location for information, anything else. Again, the good idea is to search a location associated with the crime scene. If the crime scene is set on 90, there's a crime scene or one of my suspect is on 90, and I go search 68 on the other side, the story will tell me that I found something about that location, but nothing related to the crime scene. So, for not to waste a turn or an action, searching a location associated to the crime scene is a good idea. Then I can search the suspect himself. So, to search the suspect, I'll have this little information here, again with a number associated, and it will tell me what I found on that suspect, what is or she's hiding from us. So today, the crime scene, it's murder at Sunset Boulevard. So I will be installing that and I'll be ready to play. So I'm ready. I'm installed all the card I face down upstairs, and I have a little story to read at the beginning, making sure, and it will give me what I need to know and all the information. So, murder at sunset. It is a gumshoe, meaning it should be an easy one. It is case ID DCOA02, detective briefing. Congratulations are in order. After successfully bringing that Long Beach wise guy to justice, your victory is only slightly tainted by the fact that Dragna liar him up as fast as a whiplash. Flip case card B. So, case B, we have B, we will be flipping it. Jack Dragma. It's a mob boss. So, a shrewd businessman and vicious criminal looking harmless enough, but never make mistake of understanding him. That mafia shyster walked through the front door, spotted up some legal mumbo jumbo, and just like that, Mug was out on a bail. I'd like to know what Dragma on as on Judge Macpherson that he'd rubber stamp a murder walking free like that. No matter, 'cause karma came calling for Mr. Charlie Muggs pretty damn quick. At 11:35 p.m., Pete Cup responded to a routine noise complaint at a flophouse of Sunset Boulevard belonging to none other than Hollywood's most notable Madame Brenda Allen. Flip case card C. So, case ID C. We have Brenda Allen, Hollywood Madame. Pointed, poised, and intelligent, it's easy to see how she built an empire of sin and protected it from for years. No surprise there, given the shiding she throw on a weekly basis. But when they check the alleyway behind her joint. Guess who they should find with his inside all over the concrete? None other than Charlie Muggs. Flip case card A. Card A. We have the victim, Charlie Mugg, and place the crime scene marker at 33. So we have this crime scene here, marker at 33, Sunset Boulevard here. He, he was shot multiple times. Someone wanted to make sure he never woke up from his big sleep. A bunch of 99 Lugger shells were found sprinkled around his body like fairy dust. Flip case card G. 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 So 9mm Lugger shell. A handful of 9mm shell casing. The word Lugger can be clearly made out of them. Found at crime scene 33. I don't have to tell you that the lugger isn't exactly a weapon of choice here in the sunny LA. Normally, we wouldn't give two shake about a mafia lowlife like Muggs buying the farm, as he'll save the good people of Los Angeles a burdensome legal bill. But the Chiefs got a hand-ons for Dragna and think he might be involved. Muggs was Dragna star player down in South LA after all. If you got the cojones, look it up. Old Jackie at his mansion in Lee Mark Park. Place Dragma standee at 14. So every character will have a standee, like I say, and they will be on the map. He is at 14, 14, but a word of warning. Poke your nose too far into Dragna business and you'll likely find your own severed nose. Uh, Allen's holed up in her apartment off of Alvarado Place. Place Allen standee at 40. So we have Ellen Stardy. We will put her on location 40. If you talk to her, use kid glove. She's Hollywood's biggest madam, and there's no telling how deep her books go on, or importantly, where they go. The mob city, all even the LAPD. Her black book is supposedly thicker than a California redwood, so be careful you don't dig up the wrong dirt. You should also track down your old pal D. DiCaprio. Flip case D. So D. DiCaprio, the thug that is a stereotypical mafia wise guy through and through. And place DiCaprio standee on the card. We don't know where he is, so he is on his card. See if he's got any info on what Muggs might have been doing. I'm sure his tongue will be pretty loose after Muggs tried to pin the horseshoe pier murder on him. Seeing as Dragna the one who buttered DiCaprio's bet. It's a guarantee that the crime boss know where to find him, assuming he'll even talk to you. DiCaprio also been shaking up with some dame named Angie Dusk, flip case E. So we have E, Angie Dusk, Dee's girlfriend. She's fresh face and wise eyes. Just this kind of girl this town love to devour. So you're squawking in your own boots at the thought talking to Dragma. You should question her instead. She live off of Redondo, place Dusk Standy at 92. So she will be at 92. Well, why are you standing around like a bunch of doe-eyed flatfoot? Put your letter to the pavement and find me Mug's killer. So, for solving the case, you must identify the guilty suspect, the murder weapon, and the suspect motive. So, those are my four suspects, and I have to find information. So, on my page, I did write the name of all four suspects. I'll be writing the name of all the card upstairs, and when I read information on my book, I'll be writing in my box what information I have gathered. Okay, so the only thing left for me to do is to know where I'm going. So the briefing has information on it. We know that Muggs what was killed on location 33, and we found some bullets on it. Maybe searching the location won't find anything interesting on it. Um, Dragna is the mob boss. He might not do it himself, so maybe it's D. We have to find it. We know he's being with Angie, and we know that this lady might have information of what's going on around her. So, yeah, so first thing first, I think I'm gonna start on 36. And for my first action, I'm gonna move on 33 and search the location, seeing if we'll find something interesting. So we'll find 33. We'll go on 277. A piece of trash at the entrance of the alley catches your eyes. You can't put your finger on it, but something about it seems important. Look at F. Oh yeah, we have information about F. Searching the crime scene is always a good idea. So F, we have a piece of paper, a letter, torn postcard, the kind used by business to advertise with. The word hotel can be made on it, but any other identify information has been lost. So it's an information about an hotel. Okay. There's nothing. So I'm gonna move to 38 and move again to see the Madame on 40. So that was the end of my first turn. I reset all my action cube and ready second turn. So while I'm here, I'm gonna question the dam. So I'm gonna question Brenda Allen. I can question her about the. I'm gonna spend all for information. We're gonna ask about the murder. So we have to ask Brenda about the murder, which is A. So we look at 539. Charlie was a lousy customer and he was rough with my girls. I'm just surprised no one put a slug in his head sooner. And the chief says she's. Yeah, so I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it and go to 750. Let's. You press Alan when you realize she's not telling you the whole story. I didn't want to talk about it, but the truth is that Charlie ruined Angie, one of my best girls. I'm happy he's gone. I don't need any more thugs like him spoiling my merchandise. Look at H and I gain one leverage over Allen. Oh, we have two more cards, H and I. So take card H. Mm, Information. Charlie Muggs and NG were on when an item until he dumps her. Okay. And card A. Angie Dusk used to be one of Brenda Allen's top girls. Okay. So so for my second action, I'm gonna ask her about the postcard, which is F. So I'm gonna ask Brenda about F, which is 155. Look closely there, detective. You can clearly make out the word hotel. If I had to make a guess, I would say this is a postcard for an hotel. Does that help? Yes, but I need more information. 998. Alan offers up a sly smile when you push her for more information. I can't pull a fast one on you, can I, detective? That's the Frostonia 32, one of Jack Dragsma recent acquisition. So 32, we have information about an hotel next door. So, okay, she have information so about the postcards for a hotel 32. Okay, while I'm here, I have two more questions. I'm gonna ask about the bullet, which is G, so 931, and I'm gonna use my leverage on her. I need more information. Maybe you can make a nice necklace out of those for yourself, detective. But I did push it, so I'm going directly to 311. I thought I was quite clear. I've never seen those before. Gain 1 stress. Okay, so she has no idea. And for my last action, I'm gonna ask about D, Mr. D DiCaprio. So Brenda for D, which is 350. One wise guy looks the same as every other wise guy. I've never seen him before, I don't think. Yeah, but no, I'm still gonna push it. 780. You insist that Ellen take a closer look, which irritates her. I already told you I have no idea who that is. Gain a second stress. Okay. Uh, don't know him. Okay, so that was my end of my turn. I'll reset my full action. So I'm gonna move to 38, which is the location right behind, and move again to 32 and search the location. So by searching 32, I go on page the phrase 92. Finally, after hours of searching, you hit the jackpot. In a dusty custodial closet, you find a logger tucked inside a cabinet drawer. Someone clearly thought they had found a safe hiding place. Look at J. So we have another information. So we have J, which is the gun, the logger, the kind carried by German officer in the war. So we have a the logger that use. Okay. Mm, Okay, okay. Mm-mm-mm. Where am I going after that? We have one information about K. So I'm gonna go see Angie, see if she know where her boyfriend D is. So lag section, move back to 45, reset my action, go down on day 9, move again to 96, move again to 92, and I'm gonna ask the question, gonna ask nicely about her boyfriend. So I'm gonna ask Angie about D, which is 1093. D's been good to me. Pretty sure he's running security over at the Riviera Club's 97 right now. So he might be at 76, which is right here. So I'm gonna put a at to say there's something, but yeah, I'm gonna push it. I'm going to challenge, go down to 300, 300. For a moment, you think it might be an act, but you quickly discover it is not. You choose to disbelieve me at your own peril, detective. Gain a stress. So, stress number 3, go down there. I have 1 day left to resolve that. Yeah, I'm gonna search the location. Make sure he is really there. So, she is in 92. I'm gonna search 92. So, set 77. Dusk glare at you while you go through her things, but she doesn't stop you. You get nothing for your trouble but a pissed off working girl. Okay, I found nothing. Okay, so I reset my action, go down a turn. I'm gonna move to 77 and I'm gonna search 76, sorry. Search the location, try to find that guy. 76 526. DiCaprio standing in front of the club, doing his best to look menacing. He growls when he sees you. Haven't you prick got your fill of me yet? Place DiCaprio standing at 76. You may ask him one free question. No, he's there. So, what question can I ask him? I have a free action. I'm gonna ask about the gun, J. So I'm gonna ask D about the letter J, which is 189. Sorry, wrong number, 115. It ain't mine, but I seen gun like that before. German officer carry them. I should know, seeing as I kill a bunch of them with my bare hand in the Enderness. Yeah, but you still you're not to lie to me. So I'm gonna challenge 950. The lie is written all over DiCaprio's face and he knows it. He caves under the pressure. It's mine, but where the hell did you get it? Detective, think about it. I'd be nuts to kill anybody with that piece. How many other wise guys got one of those? Zero. That's how many. I didn't go to no college, but I ain't stupid. Gain one leverage over DiCaprio. So, leverage. So, he's lying to me. That's his gun. Okay, the logger is his gun. Okay, so I'm gonna ask question about his boss, his former boss. So I'm gonna ask D about letter A, which is 234. I didn't have much love for Charlie. that's for sure. A man can only take so much abuse, you know? But he done screw up killing that dame at the pier. Our outfit ain't exactly the most forgiving organization. And I'm gonna use my leverage to push it. But I did challenge, so I go to 10-18. DiCaprio takes offense when you push him. Listen, I know I ain't always been on the up and up with you, detective, but I'm telling it straight this time. King 1 stress. Oh, he was telling that stress. He didn't like his boss, but didn't kill him. Didn't like, but didn't kill. And for the next section, I'm gonna search him. I'm gonna see if you have something on you. So I'm gonna search 10, 12. What you have more on me? You frisk D, but turn up nothing. I'm clearing pig. Go look through some other wise guy's pocket for a change. So I'm down another day. Reset my. So okay. What I know is I found the guns, which is these, and we found the bullet. So we have the murder and the weapon. We just need the reason and the uh, suspect, which we who killed him. So I'm gonna ask the boss, or can I stay and ask more question? No. Okay, I'm gonna move to 23. I'm gonna move again to see Dragma on 14, and I'm gonna search him. First thing first, I'm gonna search Dragma, which is 947. Make sure he's not carrying something on him. Dragna's goons surround you the moment you try to search him. That was a mistake, detective. If you lay another finger on me, I will have my men remove you. Are we clear? Gang a stress. Okay, yeah. So I'm not gonna search the location then? Or am I? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna search the location. What can we find on location 14, which is 245? You take one look at Dragna Tugs and think better of tossing his place. This is not the hill to die on. Yeah, sure. Wanted to make sure. So I finish my turn. I'm still there, so I'm gonna ask some question. So first question, I'm gonna ask about his former employee. So Jack, about 1074. May I be candid with you, Detective? Muggs has been a bit of a disappointment to me, and I'm not shedding a lot of tear over his death. Read into that what you will. Yeah, no, I'm gonna still push it. I need more information. 388. I tell you the truth and you come at me with accusation. If you're what pass for a detective these days, then I am not impressed. Gain 1 stress. Stress number 3. Go up and in. Okay, I'm gonna stop pushing. I'm gonna stop pushing everybody. So I'm gonna question again. Now I'm gonna question about the logger that I found. Letter Jack about the gun 747. Now that is a handsome piece of iron, detective. How much can I offer you for it? It's not for sale. Tell me more. 661. No, I've never seen that gun before, but my offer was serious. How much for it? Gain one stress. Okay, so the logger uh, not is what we know. Yeah, I want to know if you have information. We know that that is this gun. Uh, I'm gonna ask again. I'm gonna ask. Hmm, mm, mm. What am I going to ask? About the 9 millimeters. So, yeah, I'm gonna ask him about the. No, not. Is it a good idea? Uh, NG, Charlie Mug. Okay, I'm gonna ask about the information that Charlie's and NG was a couple, which is letter H. So 975. Do you really think I concern myself with the love life of all my employees? Stop wasting my time. Yeah, okay, yeah. Uh, don't care. Uh, okay, can we ask about last question? Ask about letter I 912, which is a Angie was one of Brenda best girl. She and Brenda had a falling out of some sort. I don't know what about, but I was happy to offer Angie alternative employment at the Frostonia 32. Okay. Angie Michelle, font to hire Angie at 32. Okay. So I end that one. Turn left. What other motive? Accident, anger, rage, drug, mob, mental instability, money, greed, need to be noticed, obsession, political, religious, revenge, self-defense, sex, jealousy, suicide, keep a secret, urge to protect. Okay. So now we know that Angie and Musk was a couple, that Jack Dragna was offering a job to Angie at 32. 32, if we go search, we already found the bullet. We still need card K. So I think I'm gonna see Angie and ask questions. So I'm gonna move twice. So move once to 22, 23. Once one for Angie at 92. And I'm gonna ask question about the the fact that she was a yeah, in a relationship with Mugs, letter H and GH608. One wise guy's the same as another. So what if he dumped me? I got D to keep me company now. He's nicer anyhow. Okay, I need more information. 89. I'm gonna push it. You can tell Dusk hiding her real feeling about Charlie. You poke at that wound and hit the jackpot. Charlie and I were in love and he threw it all away. I hope that bastard die in pain. She break down sobbing. Gain one leverage over Dusk. So okay. Uh and G uh yeah, failed betrayal. Mm, op e die. Gonna ask my last question about the other information that she was I. NG70. Six, like six. Yes, there's more. 656. D showed me that. Say he was going to kill Charlie Muggs with it. His boss wanted. His boss wanted it done over at Horseshoe Pier Business. Look at K. Woo! We have information about K. K. Doctor Jack Dragma put all the heat on Charlie. Okay. Uh, uh, it on Charlie. Okay, okay, okay. And I have the information to push, which I'm gonna do. 375. You have to know everything, so you press dusk for more. She suddenly get a very cold, calculating cold look in her eyes. Charlie deserved to die, detective. She climbs up after that and refused to say anymore. Gain one leverage on. Okay, so yeah, MG. I have seven. She wanted him to die. Okay, and so that's the end. Turn 4. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to solve it. I think I have all the information. So, my calculating is NG kill him with the gun for anger rage. So, I'm on the page. We do murder at sunset. I think NG did 442. 442 plus the weapon on G, which is 190. 190. And I think it is Anchor Rage 50. 50. D showed me that. Said he was going to kill Charlie Muggs with it. His boss wanted it done over that horseshoe pier business. Look at K. Woo! We have information about K. K. Doctor Jack Dragma put all the heat on Charlie. Okay. Uh, uh, it on Charlie. Okay, okay, okay. And I have the information to push, which I'm gonna do. 375. You have to know everything, so you press dusk for more. She suddenly get a very cold, calculating look in her eye. Charlie deserved to die, detective. She claims up after that and refused to say anymore. Gain one leverage over dusk. Okay, so yeah, Minji, I have seven. And she wanted him to die. Okay, and so that's the end. Turn 4. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to solve it. I think I have all the information. So, my calculating is NG kill him with the gun for anger rage. So I'm on the page. We do murder at sunset. I think Angie did 442. 442 plus plus the weapon on G, which is 190. 190. And I think it is anger rage 50. 50. So by adding 442, 190, and 50, I end up with 682. So I go on 682. The captain invites you into his office. Congratulations, detective. You've done it. You've solved the case and brought that low-life killer to justice. You have successfully solved murder at sunset. Turn to page 9 in the chisel book and read the epilogue. Okay, the chisel. Epilogue. Angie Dusk was in love with Charlie Muggs. She'd always had a thing for bad guys, and Charlie was as bad as they came. She was working out of Brenda Allen whorehouse when he caught her eye. The rest was, as they say, history. Charlie had been called up by Jack Dragma to being expanding the mafia drug business into Long Beach, but he soon became obsessed with building his own empire and began spending less and less time with Angie. The less she saw of him, the more desperate she became, until one day Muggs had had enough. He walked out and threatened to kill her if she ever bothered him again. Desperate, she began seeing DiCaprio instead. He was a poor replacement for Charlie, but Dee wasn't wasn't complaining. The ladies rarely paid him any attention, so becoming the main squeeze of one of Brenda's top dame was a big step up for him. Charlie has been one of Dragna's most promising capos, but his handling of the Sally Foot situation had deeply disappointed the seasoned crime boss. Muggs has a liability and his usefulness had come to an end. Dragma makes sure that Muggs made bail and then he quickly instructed DiCaprio to execute him. Angie, who was becoming increasingly unhinged, was working out of Brenda one night when Charlie waltzed through the door and went up to another girl, ignoring her completely. Angie marched into Brenda's office, demanding that she throw Muggs out. Brenda had no great love for Charlie Mugg, but she wasn't about to throw out a paying customer of on account of a prostitute bruised ego. When she refused, Angie lost it and began breaking anything she could get her hand on that simply wouldn't do. When the High and Mighty came to Brenda Allen's, they were looking to spend top dollar on crazy. She had Angie thrown out, never come back whore, Brenda said, and slammed the door in Angie's face. Angie knew that Jack Dragma had just opened up a competing outfit at the Frostonia Hotel, so she went to him. Jack, more than happy to take one of Brenda's best girls away, quickly put her to work. Angie's anger at Charlie, however, deepened into a seeing all-consuming hatred. Dee, who has been bouncing back and forth between Angie and another woman named Janice, spent the night with Angie and let slip that he was supposed to take out Muggs himself on Dragna order. This just infuriated Angie more. When Charlie died, she wanted, no, needed it to be over what he had done to her, not over some inconsensual mobster squat. So while Dee was sleeping, she took the logger that he was constantly fawning over, the one he had brought back with him from the war, he and headed back to Brenda. It wasn't long before Charlie came out of the front door, a self-satisfied smile plastered all over his face. He thought the world belonged to him and that he could do anything, whatever he wanted to, whoever he wanted, and never had to pay the price. Charlie! Angie called him from the dark alley. He peered in, startled but not afraid of the female voice. Angie, that's you? What the hell are you doing down there in the trash? Finally found where you belong, that is? His laughter was cut short as Angie dumped the logger entire clip into him. She spit on his twitching body and left. Rotten hell, you piece of garbage. Charlie Muggs was dead and everything was finally right in the world. Well, mostly right. What Brenda had done to her, well, that couldn't stand. You didn't mess with Charlie Dusk and get away with it. She decided to hold on to hold onto the gun, stashing it at unused custodial closet at the Frostona. Brenda will get her due. Oh yes, yes she would. Solving the crime scene, solving the crime. So, the crime. The suspect is Angie. The weapon is the logger. And the motive is revenge, anger, rage, or sex and jealousy. So, that was Murder Ice Sunset. I hope you did like it. If you do, please put a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot. And see you next time. Bye bye. Angie Dusk was in love with Charlie Muggs. She always had a thing for bad guys, and Charlie was as bad as they came. She was working out of Brenda Allen's whorehouse when he caught her eyes. The rest was, as they say, history. Charlie has been called up by Jack Dragna to being begin expanding the mafia drug business into Long Beach, but he soon became obsessed with building his own empire and began spending less and less time with Angie. The less she saw him, the more desperate she became, until one day Muggs had had enough. She called out and threatened to kill her if she ever bothered him again. Devastated, she began seeing DiCaprio instead. He was a poor replacement for Charlie. But Dee wasn't complaining. The lady rarely paid him any attention, so becoming the main squeeze of one of Brenda Tubbs' them was a big step up for him. Charlie had been one of Dragda's most promising capos, but his handling of the Sally Foot situation had deeply disappointed the seasoned crime boss. Muggs was a liability and his usefulness had come to an end. Dragna made sure that Muggs made bail and then he quickly instructed DiCaprio to execute him. Angie, who was becoming increasingly unhinged, was working out of Brenda one night when Charlie waltzed around through the door and went up to another girl, ignoring her completely. Angie marched into Brenda's office and demanded that She throws mugs out. Brenda has no great love for Charlie Mugg, but she wasn't about to throw out a paying customer on account of a prostitute business bruised ego. When she refused, Angie lost it and began breaking anything she could get her hands on. That simply wouldn't do. When the high and mighty came to Brenda Islands, they weren't looking to spend top dollar on crazy. She had Angie thrown out. Never come back, whore, Brenda said and slammed the door in Angie's face. Angie knew that Drag- Jack Dragna had just opened up a competing outfit at the Frostonia Hotel, so she went to him. Jack, more than happy to take one of Brenda's best girls away, quickly put her to work. Angie, anger at Charlie Avery deepened into a seething, all-consuming hatred. Dee, who has been bouncing back and forth between Angie and another woman named Janice, spent the night with Angie and let slip that he was supposed to take out Muggs himself. Um, on Dragna order, this just frustrated Angie more. When Charlie died, she wanted, no, needed it to be over what he has done to her. Not over some inconsequential mobster spat. So while Dee was sleeping, she took the logger that he was constantly frowning over, the one he had brought back with him from the war, and headed back to Brenda's. Wasn't long before Charlie came out the front door, a self-satisfied smile plastered all over his face. He thought the world belonged to him, and that he could do whatever he wanted to whoever he wanted, and never had to pay the price. Charlie, Angie called him from the dark alley. He peered in, startled but not afraid of the female voice. Angie, is that you? What the hell are you doing down there in the trash? Finally found where you belong, that is? His laughter was cut short as Angie dumped the logger entire clip into him. She spit on his twitching body as he left. Rotten hell, you piece of garbage. Charlie Muggs was dead, and everything was finally right with the world. Well, mostly right. What Brenda has done to her, well, that couldn't stand. You didn't mess with Angie Dusk and get away with it. She decided to hold on to the gun, stashing it at the unused custodial closet at the Footstonia. Brenda would get her due. Oh, yes, she would. Solving the case. Solving the crime. So, a crime. The suspect is Angie. The weapon is the logger. And the motive is revenge, anger, rage, or sex and jealousy. So, that was Murder Ice Sunset. I hope you did like it. If you do, please put a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot. And see you next time. Bye bye.